Hey, I'm Lipa, and this is my second most requested live Ask Anything chat. I just want to say thank you so much to Romeo for inviting me back to answer your questions about my single Be The One. Let's see what you guys want to know tonight. Okay, question one is from Emily from Los Angeles, who says, whose idea was it to have Ansel Elgort in the Be The One video? Was it fun working with him? The video is so good. Well, I'm a fan of his work, and I reached out because I just really wanted to work with him, and it was really exciting to get to work with an actor who really knows what he's doing, so I definitely got like some tips. But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Andrea from Madrid said, what was it like working with Martin Garrix? Martin is an absolute dream to work with. We've become really, really good friends, and he's always just so much fun to be around and a ball of energy. And yeah, I feel very lucky to have worked with him, and I think it's just been really, really nice. Stacy from Los Angeles said, what was your first concert to perform, and what was the first concert you ever went to? The first concert I ever did was in Berlin. It was quite a while ago now, but it was definitely the most scared I've ever been performing live. And the first concert I ever went to was Method Man and Redman in Kosovo when I was about 14 years old. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, God, that was really fun. Aaron Deep from Birmingham said, how does it feel to know you're famous in countries other than the UK? I don't really feel famous, but it's really nice to be recognized for my music. I don't really know how to answer that question. Nina from San Francisco said, what's your favorite app on your phone? And my favorite app is Instagram. Colleen from Tracy said, what is your favorite piece of merch on your website? My favorite piece of merch is the Do It for President t-shirt. It reminds me of the Blow Your Mind video, which was so much fun to film. And yeah, it's also really comfy too. Rajpreet from Montreal said, what's your favorite part about touring? My favorite part about touring is being able to go out and explore different places and experience different crowds, and there's no crazier feeling than the feeling you get just before you go on stage, like the adrenaline rushing and I don't know, the butterflies, and it's kind of like a mixture of excitement and nerves and adrenaline all at once, and that feeling's my absolute favorite. Rita from Hamilton said, what made you decide the order of songs on the album, or is it completely random? Well, the way I decided the order of the songs on the album wasn't chronologically by story, but it was more sonically, where I spent a lot of time listening to the ends of some songs and the beginnings of others, and making sure that one going into the other works well, and that's kind of how I figure out the set list for my live show. So it was quite a similar process to that. So Sabrina from Manchester says, recently, well, on tour, you posted that you had laryngitis and shared a video of you using an app on your phone to talk. How do you think you could cope if you couldn't speak, if you couldn't sing? Well, Sabrina, I was really ill, and the reason I was using the app on my phone was so that I didn't have to use my voice until I had to perform for the show. I was really, really ill that day, and I had to take a lot of medication. But it was also a really big show in LA, and I didn't want to cancel it. So with the app, I managed to take as much rest as I could. In which my throat felt okay to be able to sing, and it was really hard to tackle. That was at the end of my tour, but I guess when I take some time out, I'm able to do anything really. Nicole from Quilmes I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this, but it's spelled Quilmes. Nicole asked, do you have a pre-show ritual? I like to just hang out with my band and relax and play lots of music and dance around and get in the mood for the show, and also just talk about a lot of nonsense and lots of things, anything really apart from what's about to happen on stage, to kind of get my mind off it. I get quite nervous before I go on stage, so that really helps. And lots of tea, lots and lots of tea. Charlene from Kirkgrade said, would you like to dye your hair in any colour? If yes, which colour? I've never dyed my hair before. I've kind of like dyed the ends once before. But if I was to dye all my hair, I'd probably, I don't know, I'd bleach it first and then go like pink or something. I'd have to do something outrageous if I've never dyed it before. It'd have to be like a really big difference. Lauris from Buenos Aires asked, how is the feeling of recording your songs in an actual studio? It feels really good. I think the most exciting part is finally hearing the songs back and kind of listening back on what you've worked on and what you'd like to change, and also the feeling of knowing that you're a step closer to finishing your album. And I think that was the most exciting part about recording my songs in a studio. Soph from Emerson said, would you ever collab with Troye Sivan? And Soph, I would absolutely love to work with Troy, and maybe we will in the future. I'm a big fan of his work, and being on tour with him was so much fun, so I would absolutely love to. Bretje from Holland says, hi Dua, what are your top 3 favourite foods? I love you. I love you too, and I love fish and chips. I love sushi, and God, I really like those, I don't know what they're called, they're just like plain biscuits with chocolate on top, but they're really just standard, and they're really good, and I could eat that whenever, but I can't really remember the name of them. Anyway, Natalie from Scott PA says, what's your inspiration and story behind your tattoos? Well, my first ever tattoo that I got, it says Sunny Hill, and that's a neighbourhood my parents grew up in Kosovo. Then my second tattoo was, because this one had meaning and I just wanted to get another tattoo, I got a tattoo that says this means nothing. So there is no meaning behind that one. And then I have a palm tree on the back of my elbow, because I spent a substantial amount in LA, and I think palm trees are my favourite kind of trees. I have 2 Keith Haring tattoos on my thumbs because I love Keith Haring the artist, and because I couldn't afford the art, I thought I might as well have it drawn on me. I have, what else do I have? An R and a G for my sister and my brother, Rena and Jin. I have patience written on my hand. I have angel on my shoulder. I guess having an angel on your shoulder is having someone looking over you, in a sense. So yeah, I did. Oh, and I have 2 more actually, I forgot. I have like this star on my finger, which is my most recent one. It's a stick and poke tattoo that my drummer's wife, Amy, did on me when she came to the house. And I also have an eye on my foot. I hope no one saw my pants when I just did that. But I have a all-seeing eye on my foot. I'm really embarrassed now. Because my drummer and his wife came over to hang out, and this was my housewarming gift, and an all-seeing eye kind of protects you from any evil. I really hope I didn't have my pants out. Okay, anyway, if I did, whatever, it doesn't matter. Mackenzie from Concord says, are you glad you pushed back releasing your DL1? I am really glad. pushed it back. I feel very proud of it now. I feel like it's come a long way from where it was. I've had the opportunity to explore all the possibilities. I've also been able to add a lot more new songs to the album, which is something that I've really wanted to do, especially because I released so much music. I wanted the album to feel very new. So having the extra time really allowed me to add more songs and bring you something, you know, just bring a whole bunch of new material. So I'm very glad I pushed it, even though it was quite scary telling you I was about, I pushed it, whatever. Amy Marie from Keensburg says, when you walk on stage and you see the crowd, how does it make you feel? It definitely makes you feel excited to some extent. It makes you feel invincible. I just love being on stage. It's the closest thing to magic. Zia from Puerto Madryn says, you look so tall in pictures. How tall are you? I am 5'8". And yeah. And Megsy from London says, is there any tattoo you have that you regret getting done? And no, I don't regret any of them. They all remind me of a certain time, and yeah, I love them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me hang out with you tonight. Thank you to Most Requested Live. Thank you to Romeo. My new single is called Be the One, and thank you all so much for all your lovely questions, and I'll see you soon. Mwah.